Men er jeg live nå?
Ja.
Hvordan vet jeg det? Ok, så ser de dette? Oi, så gøy. Ok, er vi klar? Vet du ikke? Can anyone hear me now?
No.
No? It's good? Okay, so I have my boyfriend here, who is the tech support. And hopefully everyone can hear me now. Hello, Juicy Jelly. Hello, Emilia Andersen. Hello, Vildestrik. And Andrea. Hello, everyone. I'm just doing this live stream to start the cardigan, and hopefully we can just knit together and cast on whatever you guys are knitting on. I would love to see what you are knitting on. You can post either on the hashtag cardigan or on Discord. And I have a Discord which is linked in my bio. And yeah, let's just get started with the cardigan. And I just want to say hello to everyone. Valentino, hello. Norwegian knitter. What a wonderful calming surrounding. Thank you. It's just my living room actually. And I have finally gotten around to doing a live, and I'm so excited about that. And hopefully you all can just enjoy the live and cast on with me. And today I'm casting on the cardigan for the cardigan, and I'm casting on a striped cardigan, and I think that many of you also are casting on with mohair yarn, if I remember correctly. I would love to see what you all are knitting on, so please post on Discord or whatever resource you're using to share. And I'm starting with the blue yarn. Hello, it's Tamar Lopez. Please write what you are knitting on right now so we all can enjoy this time together. And of course I need to check out the pattern as well. I'm casting on with a double thread. I don't have, or I have a pattern, but I don't have a pattern that I like, so I've done some alterations to the pattern to make it to my liking. Let me see, I'm just going to check the pattern. And if you're hearing some background noise, that's also the tech support, aka my man, who I'm living with. Let me check the pattern. So I'm casting on with 15mm needles. I've never knitted with 15mm needles, so I'm really excited to cast on with that. I'm making a long mohair cardigan.
What is it, Dina?
Oh, oui. Ja, nej.
Are they mint?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's asking if some of the t-shirts that I washed are mine, but they're not. And okay, so I'm casting on 42 stitches. And yeah, I'm not good at this, but whatever, we'll just go with the flow. So yeah, so 42 stitches. So
Hello people.
excuse me.
What?
Huh?
I'm going to say hi.
Yeah, he needs to see you. Yeah. So.
Hi guys.
Okay,
This is my
you're stealing the show.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my god.
Literally my computer is over here, so.
Yeah, he's very proud of his computer. But Vildestrick is casting on a white mohair cardigan with fnuk yarn. Okay, that would be cozy. And Andrea is casting on a facile cardigan in light green. I've just knitted a vest in the ballerina mohair from Sunnes, and it's a really lovely color, so I think that would be perfect for the spring. So let me just count to...
Hey Astrid, can I ask something?
Yeah, to Astrid.
No, everyone.
Okay.
How is the sound balance? There's supposed to be a background music in the background.
Oh yeah.
How is her volume?
Is my volume... He's a tech support, so is the music too loud, basically?
For example.
Is the music... Next stream PC setup review.
Let's go. That would fit right into
The knitting community?
knitting.
My knitting content just went PC. Volume er bra. Takk, Astrid. Just a little bit. Okay. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't wait to cast on the pole cardigan, but I have to finish a few whips first. Oh, okay. I'll share the yarn I'm using later. I took a photo of the other day and forgot to post it on Disco. Oh, but you went to a sale, didn't you, Valentina? I remember you texted me about the sale, which is a really good deal. I think you got like 50% off, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. I'm just gonna count and then we can go back to talking. Scan the stitches Discord. The tech support is in the chat also now.
Yeah, fine.
Are you done now? Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22. I can already feel that the 15mm needles is going to be a workout to work with. It's super thick. I did, yeah, I remember you did. The white yarn that I'm using, I actually got on sale on my local yarn store as well. This is the Myk Påfugl by Dale Garn. I know Astrid also got some Myk Påfugl on sale. It was 30% off, which is a pretty good deal for the thick mohair yarn in my opinion. And I really like the fluffiness of this Myk Påfugl. It's quite long mohair strands compared to this blue one. It's from a store called Strikkefeber, which doesn't have the same like long mohair threads, but it's still a pretty good yarn. Valentina, perfect timing, yes. Rebecca, I'm knitting a cardigan number 7, but it's kind of an abandoned whip, which gets some attention right now. Oh, love that. Love that, love that, love that. And I'm using this as an excuse to cast on the biggest, chunkiest mohair jacket that I've ever seen or ever gonna wear, because I've just been draining to casting it on because it's a huge project, and I just really, it's been on my wish list for probably a year now, but I'm finally getting around to making it. Even though I'm kind of over mohair in a way, I don't know, it's just so unpractical to wear mohair when you're cooking or with babies or just making it in general. You get mohair everywhere, and I'm kind of over the whole mohair everywhere, but I still really enjoy to knit with mohair, and yeah, so I'm still on the mohair train, just not as much as I've been before. Let me just finish casting on this. I have the same cardigan on my wish list. Oh, that's lovely. It is like you have to really commit to making this cardigan. I'm using a pattern from a designer called Strikkekri or something. I don't remember the designer's name, but she just released a pattern on a jacket called Mata Jakke, and it's a Norwegian pattern, and it's knitted bottom up, but I've just altered it to be top bottom so I can try it on while knitting it and not, you know, think about the length that much. Just go ahead and knit and then try it on as I go. I've been waiting for this live. This is the coziest ever. Currently knitting so much longer version of the April cardigan and thinking of adding pockets to it. Okay, I think adding pockets to the April cardigan will be really cute, and thank you so much for being here, Anna. This is the coziest ever. That's so cute. This is literally just my one cute corner of my living room, and I've just set up a camera and gotten some tech support to set it up, and I hope everyone's enjoying it.
A lot of tech support. I heard a little tech support, a lot.
I guess we have a lot of tech support help, I guess. Professional tech support. Okay. Do I need to pay you?
No,
it's fine. It's on the house. Okay. But pockets on the April cardigan would be really cute. I actually started to knit a April cardigan in probably December with a really pink yarn, but then I think something's wrong with my gauge or something, because I've given up on it. I knitted like the body and then one sleeve and realized it's probably gonna be too small. So now I'm thinking about, you know, ripping back the whole thing and just frog it and make something other with the yarn. But I really would love to have a April cardigan myself. And I feel like cardigans are the perfect spring and summer garment, especially in Norway on like the colder evenings and Also during the day, actually, it gets pretty cold here in Norway. We don't have that much of a summer. I'm thinking of making the pockets as the ingen dikkedarier. Oh, I don't know the pockets of the ingen dikkedarier. Maybe I should check that out. Ingen dikkedarier. Cardigan, sweater. Cardigan, ingen dikkedarier. Cardigan. Maybe I'm just a little lost, but it will probably be really cute with pockets. I had a friend add pockets to the Harabuji cardigan, which was really cute and really practical as well. Are you doing some tech support? No.
Vad sa du?
I thought you were doing some tech support.
No.
Okay. Okay, I need to count.
Maybe the chat changed. I made it white instead.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm hijacking your stream.
Yeah, basically at this point you're streaming more than me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 42. Okay. Really? It looks a bit small in my liking, but I'm just counting the stitches and I casted on too many. And I need to count one more because I need to be sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, okay. 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 32, 4, 6, 8, 42. Okay. I'm sorry if anyone else is counting and you hear me count and get all messed up. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is supposed to be the back panel. It will probably stretch out because it's big needles, but still, it's looking pretty small. I was going, okay, 42 stitches for a back panel just seems a very little, but whatever, we're just gonna go with the flow. I've never knitted on 15mm needles, so let's just go. And okay. I'm just going to check the pattern. Okay. So this is feeling like an arm workout already, to be honest. It's such big needles, but it will go by pretty quickly. So I'm having this cardigan I've had on my wish list for like a year, as I said. And then I've also been eyeing a crochet top for spring and summer, and maybe even a set with a crochet top and maybe a skirt. I don't know. Have you got any plans for your summer knits or spring knitting other than this cardigan that we're casting on? 15mm needles is brave. I knitted with 12mm needles once and felt like it was a workout. Yes, I've knitted with 12mm needles before, and it is a workout. And when you go from like 15mm needles to 4 or 3mm needles, it's just such a difference. And you just, yeah, the 4mm needles then will feel so small, but hopefully I get through this project together. After this cardigan, I want to knit a skirt. Okay, I also have a skirt from Wool and Beyond on my knitting list. I actually casted it on, and then I decided to just scrap it because I didn't like the colors. I casted it on in white and purple, but decided that the purple is just not my color, so I think I'm going to cast it on again in green and white. And it's the Hallevik, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's a set from Wool and Beyond that you can find on Ravelry. Valentina says I don't because it's autumn here. Oh, Valentina lives in Chile, right? And so I get that it's autumn there and it's probably not the summer and spring knitting plans that you're having right now. I'm so excited to follow this 50mm needle journey, feeling this is a sign I should go for it too, but I would like to knit a raglan sweater with hand-dyed yarn. Okay, yeah, you should totally go for the 15mm needle journey. I've only knitted like one round, but I'm feeling good, so if I can do it, you can do it. And the hand-dyed yarn with the raglan sweater, I've knitted quite a lot with hand-dyed yarn, and I'm even wearing one cardigan that's knitted in hand-dyed yarn, and you should just totally go for it. And I would recommend alternating the skeins when you're knitting with hand-dyed yarn. I've not done it on this cardigan, but when knitting in a round with the raglan, you would sometimes get the stripiness in the hand-dyed yarn, so I would definitely recommend alternating the skeins. I'm sorry if your computer is about to take off.
Oh, really? Can you hear it?
I don't know, can you?
I don't know, I don't think so.
So the tech support is anti-teching.
No.
It's
You can't hear it.
okay, it's good. It just sounds like an airplane.
Yeah,
Okay, then we're good.
If anybody's hearing anything.
Yes, Chile. It's a bit warm still. I bet like the autumn and winter in Chile is pretty warm, or maybe it gets cold in the mountains there, because you do have mountains, right? Thanks for the tips, of course. Hola, Anna. Thank you for coming. And okay, starting round 2. But yeah, back to summer and spring knitting plans. I've also been eyeing like a crochet dress. I feel like crocheting is, I learned to crochet last year, and I've really gotten into crocheting in the summertime, especially because I don't like knitting with cotton or linen yarn, but crocheting with cotton and linen yarn is fine in my opinion. And I feel like a crocheted dress would be really cute for the summer, but it would be like a Mount Everest project. But I feel like I can do it if it's not that small of a gauge. If the gauge is like on a bigger sized hook, we can manage. Anna is knitting my first cardigan ever. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I can happily show if you need any help with techniques or anything. Just send me a message or anything. I would love to help. Please keep us updated on your journey. Yes, we have mountains all across the country. It gets cold, but not as cold as Norway. We still get below 0 temperatures. Oh, really? Okay, but then you're good to wear like your woolly knits in the autumn and winter time, so that's good. That's really good. Okay, so we are getting the hang of the 15mm, that's a really complicated word, 15mm needles. We're getting the hang of it, and but it is a workout, I can say that. But it's going by so quickly. I've knitted like 2 rounds and it's already on like 3 or 4 centimeters, I feel like. So this will be a quick knit. And if this is like a super quick knit, I might use this knit along as a opportunity to cast on another cardigan, because I've been eyeing another cardigan from Sandnes Garn. It's a free pattern, but the whole thing is knitted in color work with flowers, and it's on I think 3 or 3.5 millimeter needles, and a full cardigan on 3 millimeter needles will be a project that just, yeah, it will take forever. But I feel like when you're doing a knit along, you get a bit more motivated. So if this 15 millimeter needles project is just, you know, done in a week or 2, if I get crazy obsessed, I will finish this in a week or 2, and then I can cast on another cardigan, or just use this knit along as an excuse. And I think, yeah, I think I need more yarn for this cardigan though. So if I need to order more yarn and I'm stuck without a project, I will definitely be casting on the other cardigan, because I think I have the right yarn for it in my stash, even though my stash is really small. I'm not a girl that has like a lot or a huge stash. I usually just buy yarn for the one project that I have in mind, and then knit it up, and then buy yarn for the next project. I don't like to have like a huge stash. I know some people do, but the local yarn store is having sales, I feel like once a month, and I've just moved here and I got a little obsessed with the yarn stores having sales, and I bought some yarn on sale, or a little bit too. Okay, Siri is talking. And I bought a lot of yarn on sale at the local yarn store, so I think I have the right yarn for that cardigan. I think it's called blomsterjakke in Norwegian. It's a Norwegian pattern, but since it's free, you could probably just Google translate it if you want it. Definitely using this cal as motivation for this 3 millimeter needle cardigan with lace yarn. It's been hibernating for a bit. Yeah, I get that. I feel like this knit along is an excuse to cast on whatever cardigan you've been dreaming of. I've been dreaming of this cardigan forever, but since it's such a long cardigan, I've just been dragging it. But a 3 millimeter needle cardigan with lace yarn sounds like a huge Mount Everest to climb. I can understand that, because the yarn store had 50% off and I went a bit crazy. Yeah, I went crazy. And I've never experienced like a physical store having a sale like that. They had like 50% off, 30% off, and just being able to see the colors in real life is such a huge difference to me. And I really need to like see the color in order to decide which color I want to knit. So when the like physical yarn store had a sale, I went a bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie. How long do you think you'll be live streaming each Sunday? I think I'm going to be live streaming for an hour. If we have a lot to talk about, maybe more, but like an hour. So from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Europe time, Central Summer Europe time. We've just had like, we just switched to summertime today here in Norway, so I'm a bit off with what we're calling it in English, but an hour. I'll be streaming for an hour, and I'll be starting 8 o'clock and finishing around 9 o'clock, like más o menos. How long do you think you'll be doing? Yeah, I just read that. Right now I have a big yarn stash, and actually I get a bit stressed. I like to have I like to have only what I need to take my time. Yes, I get super stressed when I have a big yarn stash. I have like just some yarns to display behind me. I have a little bit of crochet yarn, and I have some special yarn that I bought on a trip last year, and then I have the green yarn that you can see right behind me, and I bought this on a market last year, but this is just like my little display stash. And then I have a huge cabinet filled with yarn, and I get super stressed because I feel like I knit it all up and not buy any more yarn. But at the same time, I don't, like, summer is coming, there's a lot of wool in that stash, and I want to be crocheting with cotton, not knitting wool. And yeah, but I really need to use this green one up because this is expensive hand-dyed yarn, and it's just been sitting in my stash for like a couple of months now. And I was going to use it for this knit along, but then I decided to make the cardigan blue and white striped instead. And now I don't know what to do with this green yarn. I feel like I want to do either a cardigan or sweater with it, but if you have any suggestions on what pattern I should make with it, please give me some tips, because I'm kind of stuck on what I should make with this. It's kind of, I think also what's throwing me off with this yarn is that it's quite bright, and I'm not that into like the bright green colors right now. I don't know. This is, by the way, hand-dyed fat mohair from a store called Strikkefeber, which is a Norwegian store that I actually used to work in for a couple of months last year before I moved to another city. So I really recommend the fat mohair from that store, but I just don't know what to make with it. Do you have a project in mind for the green yarn? No, I don't. I really don't. I wish I had a plan for this yarn, because it's a very beautiful yarn, but I just don't have any plans for it. Maybe I should do yeah, probably a sweater or a cardigan. I just don't know which specifically sweater or cardigan that I'm gonna make. But yeah, this is just my little show stash. I have a huge cabinet filled with yarns, but most of them are like leftovers from other projects. As I said, try not to buy too much yarn without having a plan for it, because then I just get super stressed out. And yeah, I get anxiety from having too much yarn. Okay, so let's knit. I've only knitted like 2 rounds. Talking so much. And just let me check the Discord. Okay, so I need to also decide how big the stripes are gonna be on this jacket, and I feel like I'm just going to go with the inspo pick and just eyeball it. What is the name of the color of the cardigan that you're wearing? Okay, so the cardigan that I'm wearing is knitted without a pattern, but like you can use the Avenue sweater, which is a Norwegian pattern, for a base and just make the sweater into a cardigan, and you will get like sort of the same look. And the yarn is also the same as the green one that I just showed. It's the fat mohair from Strikkefeber, and she doesn't have names on the colors all the time. She dyes a lot of new colors all the time, so you will probably find something similar in the store, but maybe not the specific color that I'm wearing. But she has a lot of new colors all the time, so I'm sure you will find something that you like, just not this exact color. And the same one is with basically all my hand-dyed knits are from Strikkefeber, and all of them are with colors that she used to have but doesn't have anymore, or just typically she will make like 6 hanks of one color, and when I buy 3 of them they will like never come again. And that's what's also cool about her store. She makes so many different colors all the time, and there's always something new in the store to see. I just need to drink, and don't be fooled, I have a typical Easter soda in this cup. I don't have tea. It's called Solo, and I feel like every Norwegian that celebrates Easter is drinking Solo during the Easter, because they're always on sale, and it's just such a typical Easter soda here in Norway. And I've not been doing anything special this Easter. I've just been home knitting and preparing for this live stream and chilling with my boyfriend, who is also the tech support. Okay, Astrid says that Avenue sweater as a jacket has the same sort of shape. I've casted on one now. Okay, I love to hear it. And a major hack that I feel like should be talked more about is just using a sweater pattern that you like and just use it as a cardigan pattern, because then you have 2 patterns in one. And I really like the shape of a sweater that I have with raglan, and I think I'm just gonna hack the pattern to make it a cardigan as well, because I already have the sweater pattern. I love Solo soda. I miss it. Oh, that's so sweet. It's probably one of my favorite sodas as well. It tastes kind of like Fanta for those of you who hasn't tried it, and it's very, or I don't know if it's the exact same as Fanta, but it's pretty similar. But it's really popular during the Easter holiday here in Norway. I'm just going to check. Okay. But yeah, hacking the sweater for a cardigan is basically what I did here, but I just added some I-cord edging and it turned out pretty good. And of course you can buy the cardigan patterns as well, but often if you like a shape of a sweater that you wear and love, why not make it a cardigan as well? And then you can also save some coins on patterns, because I feel like even though knitting is, this is like knitter's math, because going into knitting or starting to knit, I thought knitting was going to be a cheap hobby, but I feel like it's kind of an expensive hobby, even though you can make it cheap if you want to. But my boyfriend, when I met him, he was saying to me, "Oh, it's cute that you knit and everything," and then he was just mind blown on how expensive the hobby is, or how expensive yarn is. And knitter's mat is also using like, I don't know, $200 on yarn instead of making the sweater. I don't know. I feel you definitely can make knitting cheap, and you can use sales and such to, you know, get a good price on yarns. But all in all, I feel like knitting is an expensive hobby. I'm just going to like that. And also, when I met my boyfriend, I was a bit insecure about knitting, or not insecure, but I was not like open as a knitter, because I feel like it's so many stereotypes connected to being a knitter, that it's associated with being a grandmother, and knitting is boring, and etc. So actually, when I met my boyfriend, I was like hiding my knitting, or not hiding my knitting, but I was like, now I have my knitting everywhere I go. If we're just going to the city center, I can knit on the bus, I can knit on the cafe, I can knit wherever we go. But when I met him, I was just knitting in peace at home, away from him. And I remember us going on vacation, and I was just hiding on the balcony and knitting away from him on the balcony, and just really, I don't know, not being insecure about my knitting, but there's just so many stereotypes connected to being a knitter, I feel like. But at the same time, I feel like the recent years it's become way more popular and way more like teenager or young adults friendly, and I'm not so insecure about my knitting now, obviously. I knit everywhere I go, but I feel like a couple years ago I was more insecure about my knitting. And actually, when I moved into my first flat away from home, I had 2 other roommates, and I remember the other girl sat in her room, and she was too embarrassed to knit in the living room. So she sat in her room and knitted in her room, and she was too embarrassed to come out and knit in the living room. But when she learned that I was a knitter, she came out of her room and started to knit in the living room as well. But I remember when we moved together, she was just hide in her room and knit in her room. So that's a pretty cute story. And both of us are like more open with our knitting. I'm still trying to get over the embarrassment I sometimes feel. I'm getting better though. Yeah, I feel like I started to knit more openly maybe last year, knitting at cafes, knitting at airplanes, knitting at the buses, knitting everywhere I go. And in Norway, I feel like it's pretty common to knit. So like when I take the train here to the big city, there are several knitters on the train, and even on the airplanes going to and from Norway, there are several knitters. And so I'm pretty used to knit openly in like public transport and just being open in public as a knitter. But I'm so used to knitting openly now, so when I go like to Poland or go to England or wherever I go, I'm not thinking about it that much anymore. I just pull out my knits even though I'm at the bus in Poland, I'm just like, I'm so used to knitting everywhere I go now, so I'm really gotten over like the whole embarrassment thing, which is a good thing. Madeline says there are very few fellow knitters in Florida. I get some strange looks a lot, which I get. I also get some strange looks when I go outside of Norway, but in Norway I feel like it's so common to knit. It's like a lot of younger girls knit now, and grandmothers knits, and it's just such a huge culture for knitting in Norway. So I don't feel like the embarrassment part anymore, luckily. And in Norway, I don't know if this is just a Norwegian thing or if it's outside Norway as well, but we have like knitting cafes or even like wine and knit. In Norway or in Norwegian it sounds a lot better. It says strikk and drikk, strikk og drikk. I don't know how to translate it, but like drink and knit doesn't sound as good. But in Norway there are huge culture for just knitting in general. I'm feeling the struggling with the 15mm needles now. I think I knitted a little too tight. I've made a gauge swatch with this yarn, so we should be good, but I'm feeling, I think I did a little too tight. I just need to mind the gauge, and I feel like I'm already gonna struggle with keeping like gauge with this yarn or with this needle size, because it's so big. And I lost a stitch, I can see. I just need to do some yarn surgery real quick. I dropped a stitch, which is not good. Okay, so let's go. And fixing dropped stitches is a lifesaver, because then you don't need to frog back the whole row. Okay, I think we're good. I fixed the drop stitch and we're back. Knit and sip maybe. Yeah, knit and sip sounds a lot better than drink and knit. But yeah, I don't know if that's a only Norwegian thing. I've only experienced it in Norway. Oh, now you can see the tech support. Louis? Det har blitt så mørkt ute.
Oh, nice.
You can see the tech support.
You can see the tech. Kan du gjøre meg usynlig?
If I can make you invisible. I don't know how to make. Yeah, it's fine for me.
Okay.
I
Hi
can.
guys, my name is Bilal. Nice to meet you. I'm playing my game over here.
Yeah, he's the gamer boyfriend, the ultimate combination. Knitter and gamer. Stitch and bitch, I heard on TikTok. Ah, that's funny, stitch and bitch. I feel like stitch and bitch, these curtains are not giving, so we're just not gonna use them. Knit and sip, maybe. I think knit and sip is a good term.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking, I've had a long conversation about that in Norway. We're quite open as knitters.
The embarrassment part.
Yeah, the embarrassment, like, and I've also told that I was like hiding my knitting when I met you.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and also I remember that when I moved into my first flat, my roommates were hiding in their room with their knittings, because they were too embarrassed to knit in public in the living room.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Because she was hiding. I don't know if you guys hear me well or not. Can you actually hear me?
I don't know. We can have a little interview.
No, it's okay. No. Just have it on you. It's fine. So if it's, I'll talk louder if it's necessary.
Yes,
Do you guys hear me?
we can see him.
You can see me.
Yeah, but I think they can hear you as well. I think I can see the mic is quite good.
That might be your breathing, lady.
My breathing. But yeah, when I met you,
Let's see if somebody answers.
maybe it's a delay.
I might be a little bit late, but yeah, when we met, she didn't. She actually didn't tell, show, or talk, or like, I'm pretty sure we went past some knitting stuff in the stores, and you didn't even flinch. Like you didn't even look at it. You just went right through. So you were actively hiding it, I think.
I was like.
And then I found, I don't know what it's called, but I call it the hexahjul, which
He
means
found the, not the spinning wheel, but he found the, vad hjälp engelsk? Knitting? The Swift, the Swift.
Yeah, the Swift. It looks like a Witcher's circle thingy that gives. Well, anyways, so I saw that and I'm thinking, oh, you must be very into knitting. You have that under your bed. And
Under
then,
my bed.
wasn't it under your bed? Yeah, she had. And then
I was
she.
stashing it under my bed.
Yes. And then I exposed her, and since then she hasn't stopped talking about knitting. I still find knitting literally in between my butts. I tell her.
Hello! Explicit content
Like,
coming
it's
up.
all over the place in the house, and you use your vacuum literally every day, several times a day, and still there's so much, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So yeah. Really? I found it in my cheeks. I swear to God, in between my cheeks in the morning, and that's when I thought we have a problem.
Yeah, maybe that's why I should stop knitting with mohair. Maybe. Yeah, it's the fluff. This is mohair yarn.
Okay.
So I'm knitting with 2 strands of mohair now, so it's gonna be a lot of vacuuming and a lot of mohair everywhere.
There's one that was worse. Do you remember the green one? I'm not gonna say who it was. It was a sponsor.
You're gonna expose.
I've had rabbits in my home before and cats. We actually had that at one point, and I remember that it was an actual problem with a lot of hair everywhere. When she got, it was a sponsorship, wasn't it? Like
It wasn't like I knitted for a yarn store.
For a yarn store, and there was so much of it, and it was green also. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Just too much.
Yeah,
What
it
was
was.
that though? Was that mohair too?
It was. I can't say the name because then I'll expose the yarn.
Don't do that, it's just-
But it was a. It was a merino yarn, but it was a fluffy merino yarn, and I knitted with double strands, so it was just crazy. It was mohair everywhere.
It was just too much. That
It
was
was-
actually crazy.
That was the worst yarn I've probably ever knit with, regarding the mohairs flying everywhere, and I had to vacuum maybe several times a day.
Yep. That wasn't enough. That was just too much. Anyways, but you told the person though, the designer or whatever.
Yeah, I told the store and the designer and everything that the yarn was just too much. Is there something wrong with this batch? Because this yarn is just not it. So I was honest with the yarn store about it.
That's good. But imagine breathing that stuff in. If you use that as your main knitting product,
Yeah.
and just breathing that in over and over and over, like over a period of like 20, 30 years, 40 years,
Yeah.
obviously.
You're getting asthma
Yeah, for example, asthma.
or colds.
Yeah, COPD, for example, would be.
You think is there something called knitting related asthma or colds?
Well, something like lung respiratory disease. I would assume so. Yeah.
Because I know bakers, they can get like from all the flour,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Exactly.
or probably constructions workers.
I would assume that you're getting in yourself some unknown material, which would be this knitting stuff,
Yeah.
and your lungs needs to like the immune system needs to attack it to save you every time. So it's like a constant inflammation process inside the lungs over 20, 30 years. That's literally the same thing as smoking, because you're always having...
You can't compare knitting to smoking.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's what is the process of smoking? It's the, you know, the inflammation part.
Yeah.
And constant inflammation, which then, anyways, we could probably Google that.
Knitting asthma?
No, not asthma. Knitting causes COPD.
COPD?
Well,
Yeah.
non-smoking women involved in the spinning, weaving, and knitting of cotton or silk have an increased risk of death from COPD.
No.
Yes, I swear to God.
You found one study, that's BS.
No, it makes sense. Like, literally, it makes sense.
But wait.
What?
Spinning and weaving and knitting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it says of cotton,
Yeah, and silk.
but I used wool.
But no, but think about this. What is the difference? It's not like... No.
We're all gonna
Cotton,
die.
silk, or wool are not more carcinogenic from each other. They're the same. It's the cause of inflammation, which is the reason for COPD.
Okay. So when I'm knitting, I'm increasing my risk of dying from COPD.
Well, I'm assuming here you already have COPD here, so that's why. So if you on top of that are using our knitting and whatnot, then yes. So,
But you can't
does
get...
it cause it? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. It would just sound crazy. Oh, this is just insanity. This is insanity calling it knitting.
Okay, arthritis then.
Arthritis is a problem,
And then
I will admit.
yes, and then it becomes like systemic all over the body because it's a constant.
Systemic arthritis?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yes. I'm
All
just talking
you're
now.
talking out of
I'm
your...
not.
Yeah. I don't think arthritis is a systemic thing, right?
It can be. You have it.
Really? Okay. I think I'm gonna get arthritis from this 15mm needles. I can already feel it. It is a workout to use, and so.
I'm gonna do my mission.
What?
I'm gonna do my mission.
Yeah, you do your mission, I do my mission. Okay, but I've seen that we've already been here for an hour. It's been a little bit all over the place. I've cast it on, and hopefully you guys cast it on as well. And please keep updating on either the hashtag cardical or either the Discord. And I will try to go live next Sunday at 8 o'clock as well. So I guess I'll see you guys then. And thank you so much for coming today. It's been a little bit all over the place, but this is my first time live streaming. So yeah, thank you so much and bye.